Hi everyone. In this session, we are going to study about heat energy. So in first chapter, we studied about the basic particles called molecule. Okay. So we studied that the matter is made up of molecule and we studied some properties of molecules. Do you remember that? They are very small in size and they possess kinetic energy. Then they have an attractive force between them. Okay, so such kind of some properties we studied. So we know that when the molecules absorb energy, what's going to happen when the molecules absorb heat energy? When the molecules absorb heat energy, the movement between the molecules are going to be increased or it becomes rapid. Okay, so if the movements are increasing, what happens to the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy will be increased. Okay. Same way, when it's cooled, this motion will become reduced and the kinetic energy will be less. Okay. We know that the molecules are always in random motion. Okay. And they have an attractive force between them. So, random motion constitute kinetic energy and this attractive force constitute potential energy. If we compare the potential energy as in the case of solid, liquid and gases, we know that the attractive force is very high in solids. So, the potential energy is maximum in solids. And when we come to liquids, comparing with the solids, it is lesser. And when we compare liquid and gases, the gases has least potential energy. Okay. So, when a molecule absorbs the heat energy, it starts vibrating very fastly. Okay. So, automatically movement constitutes kinetic energy. So, automatically this kinetic energy will increase. Same way, when the object during the cooling time, the object reduces its movement or the molecules reduces its movement. So, the kinetic energy will be less. Okay. So, we can tell that the total kinetic energy of the molecule is known as total internal kinetic energy. Okay, total kinetic energy of the molecules are known as total internal kinetic energy. Same way, total potential energy of the molecules are known as total internal potential energy. Okay, for a particular solid, the total kinetic energy of the molecule is known as total internal kinetic energy, and same way the total potential energy is known as total internal potential energy. Okay, so when we add both these internal kinetic energy and internal potential energy, we will get internal energy of the molecule. Okay, total internal energy, and this is called heat energy possessed by a body. Okay, so the sum of total internal kinetic energy and total internal potential energy is known as total internal energy of a body, and that is called the heat energy possessed by the body. So we know the unit of energy. Energy has a common unit. Same way heat energy, SI unit of heat energy is also joule. Okay. So joule is the unit of heat energy. Okay. Just consider that you have two bodies. One is hot and another one is cold. Okay. So if you consider the temperature, the hot body's temperature will be more and the cold body is less. Right? No? Okay. So when you are keeping hot body and cold body together, what happens? Heat flows from high temperature body to lower temperature body. Okay. So we can conclude that temperature or average kinetic energy decides the temperature. Okay. Not the total kinetic energy. The average kinetic energy of the substance constitute the temperature. So, if average kinetic energy increases, the object has more temperature. if the average kinetic energy reduces, it possesses less temperature or the temperature will be reduced. During the phase change, we know that there won't be any change in the temperature. So during that time, we can tell that the average kinetic energy is constant. Okay. We'll see the effect of heat, which are the way it affects the particular substance. Okay. First one, change in temperature of the substance. Change in temperature. Okay, we know that as the molecules moving faster, the average kinetic energy increases. So it increases the temperature. Same way, when it is cool, the molecular motion will be reduced and the average kinetic energy automatically reduce, and that will make a lowering of temperature. Okay, and this change in temperature depends upon again two factors. First one, quantity of heat energy imparted or rejected from the body. Quantity of heat imparted to the body, or we can tell that rejected. Both is possible. Okay, so that means when we given an extra heat energy to the particular body, what happens? The molecules are going to be, the movement of molecule are going to be increased. So automatically average kinetic energy increases and it increases the temperature. And the same way, if the body is rejecting heat energy to the surrounding or lowering the temperature. So that time, if it is rejecting the heat energy to the surrounding, the average movement will reduce, average kinetic energy reduces, so it reduces its temperature. Okay, so depends upon whether heat energy is imparted or rejected, depends upon that there will be a change in temperature. Okay, second factor which depends upon the change in temperature is material of the body. Material of the body. We know that some material will absorb the heat energy very faster and increases its temperature. Some material, it requires more time to absorb the temperature or absorb the heat energy. Just consider sand and water. We studied sea breeze and land breeze, right? No, there we studied that sand particle can heat it up very fast comparing with the water. So in the same time itself, both are different materials. It requires different amount of energy to heat up. Okay, and we studied a concept related with that. Do you remember? Specific heat capacity. So each material has a property called specific heat capacity. So depends upon that, in a particular time the amount of heat energy absorbed will be different. Okay, so these are the two factors decides the change in temperature. And the second effect of heat is change in state of a body. Change in state of a body. What is meant by state of a body? We studied in first lesson. Do you remember? State or the matter exists mainly in three states: solid, liquid and gas. And the process of changing the material from one state to another state at a constant temperature is known as state change. Okay, and we studied different way of state change. Let us revise once more. Okay, so solid, liquid and gas or gaseous state. Okay, so we studied that when solid or the phase change from solid to liquid is known as melting. And what happens during melting? Heat energy absorbed. Okay, I am not writing full, just heat energy absorbed. And when the object changes or when the body changes from solid state to liquid state is known as melting. And what is the reverse process? liquid to solid, it is freezing. Right? And during that time, what happens? Heat energy rejected. Okay. When the body rejected heat energy and changes from liquid state to solid state is known as freezing. And this is happens at a constant temperature. Okay. So this is happens, all these process happens at constant temperature or without lowering the temperature. That word is very, very important. Okay. Now, what happens when it changes from liquid to gas? We used to call it as heat energy absorbed, and we used to call it as, what is that? Liquid to gas? It is vaporization. Vaporization or boiling. Okay, both we can write it. Now, gas to liquid, heat energy rejected, and that is called condensation. Condensation. Okay, this also happens at a constant temperature. Okay, so all the phase change happens at a constant temperature. Or you have to mention without lowering or increasing the temperature. Okay, and two more process was there. To remember that some material without going to the liquid state, it can convert from solid state to gaseous state, right? Solid to gas, heat energy absorbed, and that is called sublimation. That is called sublimation. Okay, same way it can come from gas to solid by rejecting the heat energy. That is called deposition. Okay, so these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 changes are known as different state change or possible state change in a material. Okay, so change in state also is an effect of heat. So during this phase change, what happens to the molecular energy? Here it happens at constant temperature. So the total kinetic energy is not at all varying. Then where the changes come? The change come in the case of attractive force or potential energy. Okay. So here the heat effect, the effect of heat energy we used to mention in terms of specific latent heat capacity. Okay. If it is happened for a unit mass, we used to call it as specific latent heat capacity. Okay, so that means the changes happens, the amount of heat energy here, the energy is absorbing, that is utilized to change from one state to another state. When solid changes into liquid, what happens to the attractive force or the position between the molecules? They are being apart. So, the potential energy varies. Okay. So, the total internal potential energy is responsible for this state change of a body. We studied that it is internal energy or the heat energy is a sum of total kinetic energy and total potential energy. So, in the first case, change in temperature, it is responsible due to the change in kinetic energy. Here, this effect, the second effect is due to the change in potential energy. Okay. So, here kinetic energy is a constant factor and only potential energy varies. When it goes from solid to liquid, it changes. Same way when it changes from liquid to solid. So, only the attractive force is varying and automatically the effect of heat also changing. Let's move on to the third point. Third point is change in size of the body. Change in size of the body. Okay. So, we know that when heat energy absorbed, the molecules or the body will expand. Right? No? When it absorbs the heat energy, the object will expand and when it reaches the heat energy, it contracts. Okay, so this property we used to call it as thermal expansion. Thermal expansion. When the object increases its volume by the absorption of heat energy, we used to call it as thermal expansion, and when it contracts, it's called thermal contraction. Okay, what happens when the object is heated up? The molecular separation is getting increased and the intermolecular force of attraction changes. So, in effect, it increases the potential energy, internal potential energy. So, it causes the change in heat energy. Same way, when it contracts, the molecular separation reduces. It reduces the potential energy, and then also it causes a change in the heat energy. Okay. Now, let us see how the change in temperature affect the molecular motion, or what happens to the molecular motion when the temperature varies. We already discussed that the molecular motion or the movement constitute kinetic energy, and the average kinetic energy constitute the temperature. Okay. So, as the temperature increases, the molecular motion will be maximum, and it possesses maximum temperature. Okay. And what happens when the temperature is lowered? The motions will become reduced and average kinetic energy also reducing. Okay. At a particular temperature, or that means when the temperature becomes 0, what happens to this movement? It's also going to be ceased. Okay. So, the temperature at which the molecular motion ceases is known as absolute temperature or absolute zero. Okay. So, the temperature at which the molecular motion ceases, or it almost going to be stopped. It's somewhat like it's a stationary thing instead of vibration. Okay. So, that temperature we used to call it as absolute zero, and absolute zero is a temperature that is happens at 0 Kelvin. Okay. How can we connect Celsius and Kelvin? 1 Celsius is equal to 273 Kelvin. Okay. Then what is 0 Kelvin? 0 Kelvin is equal to minus 273 degree Celsius. Okay. So, at this temperature, the molecules are somewhat like in a stationary mode, or it's like a stable thing. There won't be any motion. So, this temperature we used to call it as absolute zero, or this is the temperature at which the molecular motion ceases. Thank you.